once again. Um, we didn't have our Wednesday presentation this week because we moved it for Friday so we could have Tom today. Welcome, Tom.
Oh,
Tom is
so
the founder and CEO of Swipewrap, which is a marketing tool for small businesses, and you'll see how it works and how your business can benefit from it. I really like it. Anything digital that adds value to a small business, it's always welcome on this platform. So happy to have Tom, young entrepreneur, super sharp. I already told him before we went live that I'm excited about his presentation because I know I'm gonna learn a thing or two from him today. So Tom, the stage is yours, and
okay, all right.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me today.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get those slides open. Actually, I just also all want to say hi to everyone watching. I actually cannot see who all is watching here, but that's okay. So just hello. I like to try to be more person to person, but okay. So I'll just get right into it. So I'm going to be presenting about Swipewrap. It's the software platform that provides gift wrap for digital gifting. And if there's ultimately like one thing I want to get across to you guys, it's this little value proposition I have here at the bottom. It's enhance your customer shopping experience and convenience with the most advanced digital gifting technology in the market today. So if there's one thing you're going to take away from the presentation, it's just that. So we'll go next slide. So I'm going to actually start with a little bit about me. So my name is Tom Naparamos. I'm the founder of Swipewrap. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm originally from San Diego. I am a first-generation Hispanic American and proud to be. I feel like I don't really get much opportunity to express that, so it's cool to be here with the Hispanic Chamber of e-commerce to be able to like say that. I don't get very many channels to do that. As for my credentials, I have a Bachelor's of Science in Electrical Engineering from University of California, Santa Cruz. I have a Master's in Science in Computer Science and UX UI Design from University of Hawaii at Manoa. And I also have a graduate certification of entrepreneurship from the Scheidler School of Business. I guess for everyone in the audience, I also want to like mention, I guess, that I did a lot of education, and I definitely learned like a lot from that, and I think there's I guess a lot of value in pursuing like higher education in like university, grad school, whatever. It just opens so many more windows of opportunity, and yeah, like you also make great connections while you're in there. Personally, while I was in grad school, you actually connect more with the professors. Those people are presumably fairly well known in their field because they're publishing papers and stuff like that. So that, like having those connections at university is a great thing to have. So I just wanted to emphasize a little bit there, like for any of you guys watching, especially the younger people, to pursue their education because it's worth it in the end. So I'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, well, sorry, Tony. So to start off my pitch, I just wanted to go through a quick story. Now next slide. That was a pretty short one. So in 2020, there was actually almost a 30% growth in. Oh, okay. So that title says sales worldwide, but it actually says should be e-commerce sales worldwide. So actually, Tidy, could you possibly move my picture maybe to a different corner? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So there we go. So in 2020, we can see that there was almost 30% growth in e-commerce sales worldwide. And then beyond that, there's an average 12% growth for the next 4 years. But ultimately, within 2020, something happened. And we can go to the next slide there. So during that time, people discovered convenience. Basically, convenience became mainstream. People did food delivery services to their houses during COVID. People ordered everything online, and they really learned. Even the people who were uncomfortable with shopping online had to become comfortable and then realized like, wow, convenience is really great. So next slide, Titus. So the pandemic is ending. Well, we hope it's ending, which is a good thing. But convenience doesn't end. So that's something that will never end. That's an expectation that consumers have, and it's a trend today. Next slide, Titus. And beyond that, people don't just value convenience for what it is. People now expect convenience. It's almost like we're kind of entitled to it these days. And this trend will only continue into the future. Next slide. So what are some examples of convenience that are actually in commerce today? So first of all, we no longer need to even carry credit cards to go to when we're doing our shopping. We can now check out with our actual phone just by tapping it on POS systems. Next, we don't even need to wait for cashiers anymore. We just can go to self-checkout directly and just check out ourselves and head out. And not only that, we don't even need to check out at all anymore. We can now scan items with our phones while we're shopping and then buy things online and then just walk out of the store. And with all three of these things, these are all pieces of one overall thing, which is an overall theme, which I'm going to go into in the next slide here, Tidy. And that is overall convenience. Now, this is a core metric that's going to be a key part of the future. Next slide. So success takes a lot of different factors. So I have them written all here. So there's your product. You have to make sure what you're selling is good. You have to make sure the quality of your product is good. There's also marketing. You have to make sure that whatever you're, the content you're showing people gets people, through that filter or through the funnel to get to you. You have to also make sure you have good branding. Does your product and market fit? Are people going to remember your product? Is your customer service good? Are people being turned away because of bad customer service? You have to make sure that stays good. Also, do you have good usability? Does your website drive conversions? Is there some spot in your website that's confusing for people and causes them to leave and ultimately ending up in dropouts? And a big factor we're gonna be seeing into the future is convenience. Now, it's the question of, is my store convenient enough? When there's going to be a whole bunch of people selling things online, and some stores might be even selling the same things. People are going to ask, well, what's the easiest place for me to buy the products and services that I need? And that's going to be convenience. So people are thinking, what is the most convenient way for me to get X, whatever that thing is. And this is going to be a major metric into the future. So next slide. So now here's a question. So what if there was an easy way to contribute to your store's overall convenience with just a single click that you can do right now? Next. And that is exactly what Swipewrap can do. So for shoppers of your store who are buying products as gifts for their friends or loved ones, Swipewrap provides a convenient way for your customers to send gifts in a way that is fun, easy, and fast. Next slide. So, in a nutshell, what is Swipewrap exactly? So Swipewrap is a person-to-person gifting platform which allows gift senders to send personalized virtual gifts to their intended gifts recipients. So that's kind of like an overall sentence describing what it is. And I like to think that a picture is worth 1,000 words and an actual demo is worth 1,000 pictures. So you can actually try it yourself right now. You can go to swipewrap.com/mygift, and that will create a gift for you that you can unwrap and open. I think I'll go ahead and let you guys do that now so that I'm not talking and you're unwrapping while at the same time. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Tidy, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. And if you want, I don't know if I can go to your website and unwrap the demo.
Yeah, you actually, Tidy, you can just go right there to swipewrap.com/mygift if you want. You can try it yourself.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Let me my gift. Hold on.
I feel like I should do it myself too, so that I can like time myself with whatever, roughly where everyone else is. Oh, what the heck? I guess I'll just do it on my computer too.
See, you can
Oh,
see
there we go. There we go. Oh, so you got a heart gift. Nice.
Yeah. See? I feel like I'm up in real time here. Excitement. And then I just push it.
Yeah, I keep unwrapping.
Boom. Nice. Like it.
Yeah. So basically on that card, people will actually be able to write whatever they want. So that just had some generic stuff. It just said hello. And then, when they click that button, so that button there, once that new page opens, that can actually be your products and services there, rather than just like, I think it just says like, here's an example gift.
Yeah.
So that in a nutshell is Swipewrap. That's what we do. We make digital gift boxes. So next slide. So how does Swipewrap work? So the Swipewrap platform as a whole is actually composed of two separate entities. So the first one is the digital gift wrapping engine that you guys just played with. And the next side is the storefront, the e-commerce side of it that we call the storefront plugin. So I'm going to go into both of these right now. So next slide, Tide. So starting with the digital gift wrapping engine. So how it works. So we ultimately insert a digital gift experience when people open links. So that's what you just saw. So we'll go to the next slide. I'll go into a little bit more about that. So traditionally, like when you open like content on the internet, you have when you click a link, for instance, just any link. It can be on an email, on a different website that sends you to another. You click something, it takes you to a new website. So the flow there is you click a link, that link then sent new content gets directed to you. So that content could be like, if it's just a link on a website, it just goes to another website. If it's a video on YouTube, it goes to the video, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how traditional content is. It's a link, you click it, it goes there. That's pretty basic. Next slide. So now when content is wrapped with Swipewrap, you click a link, the link actually sends you to a Swipewrap experience. You unwrap your Swipewrap, and then it goes to the content that is wrapped. So that is how wrapped content works. It's the same thing, but we insert an experience in the middle of it. Next slide. So what can be wrapped with Swipewrap? So we can wrap digital products. So examples of digital products are digital gift cards, for instance. So for digital products, we actually deliver the content itself. Just because it's digital, we're able to actually, the content can actually be the digital content. So for a digital gift card, it can be like the digital gift card page. Another thing we can wrap is physical products. Swipewrap is actually able to wrap physical products. And example of a physical product, it could be like a t-shirt, candles, whatever. And for doing that, we send something we like to call a pre-gift. And I'll get into both of these right now. Tade, do you mind going to the next slide? So for digital products, after you unwrap your Swipewrap, we go straight to that page. Oh, thank you. So we can see here for the, let's say it's your digital gift card for your store. We'll actually go to the page that has the digital gift card with the digital gift card code on it. Next slide. Now, for physical products, once someone unwraps their Swipewrap gift box, rather than showing the actual content, since we don't have, we show a picture of it. So let's say if a T-shirt was purchased, we actually show a picture of the T-shirt, and with a little note on the bottom says "Hey, your gift is on the way." And meanwhile, the actual physical product is in transit, being shipped. But ultimately, someone was able, a sender of a gift was able to send their actual gift on time, when the physical product would arrive sometime later in the future. So that's what this is the concept that we call a pre-gift. Next slide. Now for the storefront side, I just laid out the steps here. So basically, there's 7 steps. So the first is, so your shoppers just shop on your store just like how they normally would. Nothing's different. And then once they go to their cart page, shoppers can click the Swipewrap storefront cart widget that we install on stores, and that allows your shoppers to add swipe wraps to their purchases. So shoppers are then able to add their own unique, creative personalizations, as well as enter the delivery information to their swipe wrap using our swipe wrap storefront personalization widget. So after they go through that, a swipe wrap product is then added to the cart, just like any other product. And then we're just back to the normal flow as if your store was before. The shopper checks out normally. Once they check out, we actually send an email. So emails is actually the standard for sending digital gift cards today. So we just follow the same standards as digital gift cards. So to deliver our swipe wraps, we also send an email to the intended recipient. And then the recipient unwraps their swipe wrap, and they reveal that their gift is on the way. So I have some pictures down there, like kind of showcasing that a little bit. But Tade, can you go to the next slide? So rather than that, we can actually see it right now in action. So I'm going to do a quick screen share demo to show you guys just how easy it is to see that process. And I'm actually going to do it live. Oh wait, I actually have to screen share. Tide can't do that for me. Okay, so I should be screen sharing now. Okay, cool. I have the infinite screen, so it's a good sign. So I'm actually here in my Shopify store that we have for our internal purposes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to apps. So I'll go ahead and shop for apps. Give that a moment to think. So here I'm on the Shopify App Store. I'm going to go ahead and search for Swipewrap. And there we are. We're the one and only. So I'll go ahead and add my app to my store. Shopify is a little slow sometimes, but that's just Shopify. They're handling millions and millions of stores, so can't blame them. So I'll go ahead and install it. Okay, so now we've installed Swipewrap. So at this point, I'm gonna actually do a quick refresh. We've recently updated our servers to be faster. So yeah, there we go. So we can now see that right when you install Swipewrap, you have a trial period. Our servers are actually so fast that the dashboard comes before the account with your trial periods even created. So yeah, that's just something new that has been since we've upgraded our servers. So anyway, so here's the Swipewrap dashboard. Normally, if you were to install Swipewrap on your store, this would actually expand automatically. And because I've actually installed this a whole bunch of times on my store, it didn't automatically go. But this basically is just an overview of what Swipewrap has added to your store. You can see it added a product, some filters, some webhooks for us to do the things that we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. But Swipewrap is as easy as one click. So all we have to do is go down here to where it says Swipewrap disabled, and we just enable it. So now Swipewrap is enabled on my store. And it was that easy. So the next thing I can do is I can actually change the price I'm going to charge for my Swipewrap. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So I'll go ahead and go to products. So here's some things I'm selling. So here is a Swipewrap product that got added. So I can actually go ahead and click that. And what I can do is I can actually adjust the price that Swipewrap is sold for before I start selling it. So I'm going to go down here. It's $1.49. I'm going to make it $1.33. I want it to be a little cheaper on my store. I'll go ahead and save. Okay, cool. So now let's see it in action on the actual storefront. So I believe I have it here. Yep. So here is the actual Swipewrap store. So I'll go ahead and just refresh. Okay, cool. So here's my awesome Swipewrap test store. All I have is a T-shirt that I sell. Uh, Not very exciting, but I'll go ahead and I'll just buy a T-shirt because that's what I have. So yeah, so this would be just like your store. This is also a Shopify store if you have Shopify. So here is the Swipewrap cart widget that's down here. So I kind of like to think the analogy here is that the Swipewrap cart widget, it's like those same exact little kiosks you see like in real brick and mortar stores that have those gift cards. Like, it has Amazon, Minecraft, Starbucks. They're like those things that are in stores. And you never really notice them when you're not looking for gift cards. You're never really like looking at them actively, but they're always there. And so the Swipewrap cart widget is actually, you can think of it as as an analogy to that. It's a little widget that exists down at the bottom of your cart, like right before checkout, and it's this little. You can think of it as that kiosk. It's like, hey, if you're buying a gift, you can wrap it digitally. So you can. It's kind of the same analogy to a physical store. So I'll go ahead. So I actually am sending this gift or this T-shirt as a gift. So I'll go ahead and be like, yes, I actually do want to. I do want to wrap this. So we can see here, I have a little value proposition for people who are actually buying swipe wraps. So it says, hey, you can send a swipe wrap. There's also some details that they can look at if they, want to get more information about swipe wrap. I'll just like open one for an example. Like so a swipe wrap is an interactive box, etc. And it's like, okay, great, cool. This sounds good. Let's get started. So the first thing is you can select items from your cart to wrap. So I have that T-shirt. I'm going to go ahead and click that to wrap it. Now we can choose a wrapping paper. So I'll do the Santa one. I'll pretend it's Christmas. So now we can choose a ribbon color and a background color here. So let's see. I'll just do a black ribbon. I think that'll look cool. Nah. Now I'm just being picky. I'll do hot pink. Sure. Actually, no, that kind of clashes. Sorry, I'm just being picky. Background. I'll do a pink background. I guess it's kind of a girly gift, but that's okay. So now here we can add a personal message. So whoever's sending a gift can say something. So I'll say Merry Christmas. I spelled that right. Have a great day. I don't know, something like that. I'll put 2 exclamation points. Oh, so now here is the last step, was we add the delivery information. So I have some emails that I use for this. Let's do, so the recipient, I have Reggie, the recipient at gmail.com. So my name, for demo purposes, my name is Sandy. So next, when would I like to send this gift? I can actually schedule it for a time in the future if I want. Or I can say later, so I don't know exactly when I want to send it, but I know I want to send it at some point in the future. Or I can say a specific time. So you can actually put in an exact time you want it to be sent, and we'll send it at that time. Or I can do right away. I think most gifts will be right away, seeing that the value is that you can send something instantly. So I'll do right away. That's the most common use case. So I'll do, my email is iamsandy, the sender at gmail.com. I will make sure I spell those emails right. Recipient, cool. And Sandy, the sender. Okay, I'll submit. So now the swipe wrap is being created. It's being updated to the cart. And so now, you're all done. I can look at a quick preview if I want. But you guys already saw that, so no need. I have a little pop-up. Your swipe wrap has been uploaded. So I'll go ahead and go to cart. Sorry about that. Okay. So now here we're in the cart. Man, okay. So now that we're in the cart here, we can see that the swipe rep has been added. Man, I'm getting a lot of notifications. Okay. I have a feeling people are sending me stuff, but if you're doing that, just slow down. I guess we can see here that the swipe wrap is in the cart now. It's a product there. I guess another thing I do want to mention is that gift wrap, people are actually allowed to like completely customize whatever they want. So they can like even upload a picture of their own face. That's, I guess right here, I can actually edit my existing swipe wrap, but just to show that right here, you can actually create your own if you want. So that's like an even kind of more valuable outlet for people to be creative while they're actually shopping. So it creates like an even stronger sense of like emotional attachment to their gift because they were the one who created their own swipe wrap, created their own gift wrap. So I'll just do something like this. I'll just show it. So there it is. If I did create my own gift wrap, it looks something like that. Actually, you know what? I'll stick with it. That looks good. I'll go ahead and resubmit. Looks like everything's good. I'll send right away. And look at that. Our demo has us updating a gift that's existing in the cart. So that's cool. Okay, so I can preview it now. So now it's different. Okay. So I went a little bit off tracks there. Then again, here is our swipe wrap and our cardigan. So I'm going to go ahead and check out as normal. So I can see here I already have the information entered. I have a fake address in there. I'll click save this for next time. So I'm actually using the address of Reggie, the recipient, because I'm sending a gift to Reggie. So that's where the actual shirt is going to go. So I'll go to continue on. Shipping method, that's fine. So at this point, I do my payment information, and because this is a testing store, I can put in testing credentials. So normally here I'd put in my credit card information, but since this is a testing store, I don't have to do that. I have to do focus gateway 1 2 3 4 and security code 111. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the same billing address. These aren't real people. Normally, I'd obviously put my billing address rather than Reggie, the recipient. But I'll go ahead and just pay now, just for demo purposes. Okay, cool. So we just checked out as normal. And at this point, so we get a nice little pop-up here that reminds you like, hey, you just sent a swipe wrap. Be sure to check your email for those updates. So I'll go ahead, if I'm Sandy the sender, who I'm posing as for this demo, I'll go ahead and go to my email. I think that might be from, let's see, what time? Yeah, so that might be from an old one. Let's go ahead and refresh real quick. Unless that is from now, I'm not sure. There we go. Okay. So you sent a swipe wrap. So it says 2 here, and there's the most recent time. So I'll go ahead and click that. So there's the swipe wrap I just sent. So it says, hey, I can click to continue customizing if I want, but I don't really need to. But this is one of those status updates that got to the person who sent the swipe wrap. So the sender stays informed in the loop, like, hey, your swipe wrap just got sent. You can continue customizing. We send those updates. And then let's see now from the side of the recipient. So now I'm logged into Reggie, the recipient. I'll go ahead and refresh. So if I'm Reggie, the recipient, I just got an email from Sandy that says, hey, Sandy sent you a swipe wrap. Like, oh, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and click it. I'll just pretend I'm Reggie, the recipient. I'll go ahead and open my swipe wrap. It's like, oh, this looks cool. I got a gift box that looks pretty. So there it is. You can see that it has the custom gift wrap that Sandy made just for Reggie. So I'll go ahead and unwrap it. So, hypothetically, yellow might be Reggie's favorite color. So Sandy put that as the gift wrap. And that makes it cool for me because I like yellow. I'll keep unwrapping it here. Build some suspense. Okay. I'll unwrap this. Or open it. Oh, Merry Christmas. It's not actually Christmas, but have a great day. Thank you, Sandy. I'll go ahead and open my gift. And oh, cool, Sandy got me a t-shirt. And down here we have a little, it says it's purchased from Swipewrap store, and I can click here to go to store. So I can actually, if I click that, it actually goes to the store. The store is password protected. But normally this would go to your store. Actually, I'll just go ahead and enter the password. So yeah, so it basically took me to the store that I was originally on. But so what that means for you is that every single gift that gets sent is actually free marketing for you, right? Because the person who sends that gift, this is actually a funnel that can drive people, recipients of your gifts, to your store. So that's the value there. And that is the whole Swipewrap experience. So now I will go back to the presentation.
You're back, Tom.
Okay. Man, I need to silence these. Turn off. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So, so let's go to the next slide. So what things does Swipewrap make possible that wasn't possible before? So Swipewrap turns your gift cards that you sell on your store into a fun, memorable experience for both your shoppers and your gift card recipients. Gift cards are usually something that are perceived as boring and dry, but with Swipewrap, they actually turn them into something that's fun and memorable, which overall contributes to your brand. Next, Swipewrap enables your customers to send last-minute gifts in a way that is easy and stress-free, which is something that has never been possible before until Swipewrap. Next slide. So you might be asking, so what value does Swipewrap add to my store? So the first thing is that Swipewrap increases the overall convenience of your brand. Just having Swipewrap on your store shows your customers that you care about their convenience. Swipewrap also increases conversions on gift purchases. We found that when people add their own creative input into their gift purchases, it increases the likelihood they're going to check out. And that's because they've invested their own creative, creative input into their gift, and now it makes it special. Swipewrap also neutralizes long delivery times on gift purchases, so that senders are allowed to send gifts right away, even when the actual product is going to be delivered at some point in the future. Swipewrap also improves general customer experience. It provides an increased store brand retention for your brand when people interact with Swipewrap. And on top of that, it generates revenue. Another thing I do want to mention is that Swipewrap works on all devices. It works on like computer, tablet, phone. It's all web-based and completely responsive to mouse and touch. So that's another value. It works on all platforms. Next slide. So how much does Swipewrap cost? So Swipewrap is actually free to install. Swipewrap is just like any other product you might sell on your store. So with any normal products, you have to buy the raw materials. So that's your costs. You choose a price you want to sell it for, and you get sales, and that's your revenue. And then I guess your revenue minus your cost is your profits. So you take profits. So Swipewrap is exactly the same. You set the price you want to sell Swipewraps to sell it for, and you generate revenue. And then we charge you based on the sales of your Swipewraps, and you take profits from that. We also provide volume discounts. So the more Swipewraps you sell, the cheaper they get. Below, I have a link to our pricing. So it's swipewrap.com/biz, B-I-Z pricing, pricing. So we can go ahead and check that out. Actually, Tide, do you mind if I do another screen share to look at that? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. I think I have to reshare. Just so that we can go look at it together here. Okay. So here's the pricing page for Swipewrap. And I just have a little overview of kind of how our pricing works. Here is that volume discounts I was saying before. We do it with a bracketing system. This is an overview of it, but in a nutshell, for the first 10, we charge 99 cents. For the next 50, we charge 70 cents. For the next 100, we charge 50 cents. And anything beyond that, we charge 33 cents per Swipewrap. So rather than trying for you to try to figure out how much you think you're going to make or whatever, we actually provide a convenient pricing calculator here at the bottom. So you can actually figure out exactly how much you think you're going to make from Swipewrap from sales of gifts purchased. So here I'll input the price I'm selling Swipewrap for. So I did $1.33. And if the number of estimated Swipewraps your customers will purchase, so I'm estimating I'm going to sell 30. So I'm going to generate $16 in profit from Swipewrap sales. And my monthly revenue was $40, and my charge is that. But ultimately, the thing we care about the most is our profit, right? So that's $16. Let's say my store is not really gift-centric, so I don't think too many people are going to sell or buy gifts. So let's say there's maybe just going to be 3. So even if there's only just 3 sales of Swipewraps, I generate $1.02 of profit. So you can never lose money from Swipewrap unless you charge less than the amount that, the amount you charge on your store is less than the amount we charge you. The default price is $1.49. But you can charge if you feel that your store's brand is like a more high-end brand. You can, relative to the pricing of your goods and services, you can probably charge more for Swipewrap. It's all a function of what you want to charge. We do suggest $1.49. That's the kind of like the average. That's around what we charge to consumers on our end. But you can ultimately choose whatever you want. So now let's just say that my store is a very heavy gift-oriented store, and I'm going to sell maybe 500 of these per month. We can see that my margins, or my profit, is I generate $457 from the sales of Swipewraps. So that's what I was talking about for those volume discounts. The more Swipewraps you sell, you get a better deal. And you can see here that you actually generate $457 just from Swipewrap sales. And I think that's all I wanted to go over here in the pricing page. So I can go ahead and go back to the presentation. I can go to the next slide now. So how do I install Swipewrap? So if you use Shopify for your e-commerce platform, we have Swipewrap available in the Shopify App Store at apps.shopify.com/Swipewrap. You can just do the same exact process that you just saw in the demo there. If you have another e-commerce platform, let us know. We have an innovation pipeline of products that we're building with our software team. So right there, for that, you can actually go to swipewrap.com/biz survey. And if you're interested in Swipewrap, you can head over there and tell us some information about your store. And that will inform us to where we need to focus our efforts for our software development for which platforms to integrate with next, so that we can serve your store. Next slide. We have like support that will try to get back to you within 24 hours. So you can contact us either at support@swipewrap.com, or you can contact us by phone. And we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And we're very happy to do that. Also, you don't need to write these down if you do want to contact us. Or maybe you do, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you guys with the Hispanic Chamber of E-commerce get like a copy of these slides. But yeah, you can always email us at support.swipewrap.com. I think that's easy to remember, and we can talk to you there. I think that's the end. Next slide. Yep. And so that is the end of the presentation. Thanks for having me. And we are Swipewrap, gift wrap for digital gifting. And at this point, I think I'm going to open up for QA. I think, Tide, are you going to take over from here or moderate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great presentation, Tom. Thank you so much. Very interesting product. And I hope that you guys were like thinking creatively about the ways that you can leverage this marketing opportunity for your business. I think Tom had the opportunity to share a few examples. But listen, if you are a restaurant owner, if you are a beauty salon, if you are a contractor, I mean, you think about the possibilities with this, because it's a digital gift card, and oftentimes most of you guys are having access to emails, you know, from your clients. If you're a restaurant, you have access to phone numbers, which is one of the questions. If you can send a text message, I'm sorry, if you can send a digital card to a text message, that's one of the questions that we have, Tom.
Yeah, so that's actually something that we are working on. So there's the notion of, actually, I'll say it this way first. So Swipewrap our platform is a person-to-person gifting platform. There are services that, like, let's say for like email, like if you want to send out a marketing campaign to all of your customers, right? You have all their emails on a big email list, and you want to send out a marketing campaign. Swipewrap is actually not meant for that. And the reason being is because we actually actively choose not to be part of that, because we keep Swipewraps as a person-to-person platform. So it's a personal thing. But you can it is possible to send a personal gift to some email. You can actually do that at swipewrap.com. But that is something we are more interested in trying to do. Like, let's say, you're an employer and you want to send some employee a personalized swipe wrap. We can actually allow people to send a swipe wrap through there, and that's actually a cost for the business to send a swipe wrap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Tom. Like, for example, you're a restaurant owner, and you have access to your client's email and probably birthday. What if they just use Swipewrap to send like a birthday gift to them, so they can come to the restaurant, with a $20 gift card or something? Is that possible? I mean, it's person to person too, but
yeah.
And I see it like a marketing opportunity for small businesses in that regard. It's not like you're gonna be spamming, because I see your point that you don't want Swipewrap to become like a tool that spams people. You know, but as an owner, if I wanna show appreciation, maybe to some of my most recurring clients or some of my vendors, maybe in those situations you can use your platform to send a thank you note, no?
Yeah, that's that's actually a perfect example for the biz survey. That's a great marketing opportunity there to send. I feel like there's this lack of to send something to one of your customers. It doesn't have to be this impersonal thing. It can actually be something very personal. I to tell you as a business owner, I invested time to create this swipe wrap for you, And I know that you like carrot cakes or something, so I made the gifter app. I uploaded a big picture of carrot cake and be like, come to my restaurant and get some carrot cake. I don't, something like that. But yeah, that's something that we definitely want to make possible. But that's what SwipeWrap is for ultimately. And I will say right now, you can do that if you go to swipewrap.com and just send one manually. But it would be really cool if you could just log into your store and you could do it from your store. So that's something we can definitely add to our innovation pipeline.
Mm-hmm. And another question was in regards to the integration, but you mentioned it in one of your last slides that it easily integrates with Shopify, but you guys are working on other platforms. So like a very common one in the marketplace is WordPress. I'm sorry. WordPress. So, and of course, WooCommerce is one of the most used e-commerce apps with WordPress. So, is it already possible to integrate it on WooCommerce?
Not yet. Yeah, we actually are working. That's like the next thing on our innovation pipeline. We do have another one in the works. But who knows? Maybe based on demand, we might prioritize that more, depending on how much. Actually, honestly, this presentation and seeing what platforms people see gives us a sense of oh wow, maybe perhaps 70% of people are using WordPress, like you said, Tide, and we'll prioritize WordPress. But yeah, right now we have not quite started that yet, but we have looked into the APIs and stuff like that. So it's definitely something that's on our radar.
That's cool.
Definitely something we want to have soon. That's something I can say. So
no, it's perfect. And yeah, in our situation, a lot of the businesses that are already building their websites, they're usually using WordPress just because it's very affordable. It's so easy for them to manage. It's not as expensive as having a e-commerce store on Shopify because you have more control of your business that way. So, I mean, in our situation, that's what we usually recommend, to small businesses to have control of their hub, and of course they can use other platforms, to give their businesses more visibility or participate in other marketplaces to give their products and services more visibility. But I think it's definitely a good thing to consider for your platform to try to integrate it with WooCommerce.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been on our radar. We have looked at the documentation for that stuff. So, yeah, that's definitely something. It is in our pipeline. The next question is priority.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so we have those two questions, and I think the live demo that you did answer a couple of the other questions on how it worked and what was the process, and also you covered pricing. Someone was asking about pricing, but I'm glad that you shared the revenue model because I don't think that anyone was expecting that there was a revenue sharing with the business owner. So that's something good to consider right there. So in terms of you didn't mention, but when did you launch the company? Because it's fairly new, right?
So the company's been around for a while. The Shopify app is new, fairly new. I think that we probably launched that a few months ago, maybe. So I actually can't remember. But yes, the company has been around for a while. We've been sending swipewrap.com is the platform that we allow people just to come to and wrap digital content and send it to each other. I think it's been 3 years. So yeah.
That time flies. So
yeah.
On the event that someone doesn't have a a store on Shopify, what you recommend is to go to your site and send the gift card from there.
Yeah. If you want to send something from, if you want to send something to someone right now, you can just go to swipewrap.com. I definitely want to make it easier for you guys. If you can, like you said, if you're using WordPress, and I know I totally see that. WordPress, you have complete control over your website, right? Like you just have like it's like a canvas. You can do whatever you want. And it would be great if you could just log into your WordPress admin panel and just be like, hey, I want to send something to someone. So that's definitely something we want to do. But right now, yes, it's the best way to do it is just go to swipewrap.com and put a link to whatever content you want to send.
So yeah, so for all those small businesses that are watching this presentation, and for some of you that are going to watch it later, so that's the step to take. Go to swipewrap.com, and you can use this service from there. And just like Tom said, you can use it to start building relationships, or nurturing some of your relationships with your clients, your vendors, in a more personal way. Like just like he said, like you don't want to be like spammy or anything like that. But if you want to send a gift to someone that has helped you out in some capacity, and you just want to thank them for that, here you have an opportunity to do so. Do you need to, as a user, do you need to create an account, and then once you create your account, you can send as many digital cards as you want?
No, you don't need to create an account. You can actually just
Okay.
send one. You can just go there, upload a link, and send it. You can create an account if you want. And if you do create an account, you're able to see just a list of swipe wraps you've sent in the past. So if you have an account, it just manages that for you. If you don't have an account, they're just, I kind of like to call them, they're like out in space.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. So anything else that you would like to add, Tom?
Let's see. Is there anything else?
That we probably miss or something? Maybe if you
Um,
while you think about something else, let me share with everyone again. Once again, let me go to let's see, it's right here. Let me share your website once again. So there you have it. That's swipewrap.com.
yeah.
And
Um,
and you were saying if they want to send a gift, they just click this button right here, right?
yep. Yep. Actually, Ted, if you want to click it, I can actually just like show. So basically, you can scroll down. So basically, where it says link, you can actually send. So if you want to generate like some kind of gift card, or if you have a
Oh,
PDF or an image, you can just choose which of those things. Yeah, and this is the customizer experience. So you add your link. I actually start with delivery info here because I feel that's like a little bit more important for person to person stuff versus when you're on e-commerce.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so you kind of go through the same process here
Mm-hmm.
but that's ultimately how you create a swipe rep and send a swipe rep is through swipewrap.com.
Perfect. No, and it's very simple. I mean, just like you said, very convenient. I love when you talk about convenience and this new uh, digital economy that we're living in. And just like you said, I think it's one of the metrics that is just gonna keep becoming more relevant as we go. I mean, for people like me, and anyone that is always busy, convenience is such a value asset, and
Yeah.
that's why like Uber is convenient, and that's why it grew so much, and that's why Airbnb is convenient, and that's why it grew up so much. And just like you said, like we don't think about it that much these days, but it is a very valuable asset, and small businesses need to find ways on how they can differentiate themselves by making their products and services convenient to their target audience. So I love that part of your presentation. I never, I mean, I kind of like had it in my mind, but I never put so much emphasis on it. And just like I said, in the beginning of the presentation, I was going to learn a few things from you. And that was one of the things that it just like got stuck on my head. And I'm going to keep using it with your permission.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I think that you had a really good point with like Uber and Airbnb. Their core value is convenience.
It
So
is.
that really that's a major driver of the future. It's almost weird. It's like, are we going to get so convenient that we're just going to have to like eventually just like think about something and it will happen. I don't, we're all gonna have chips in our brain or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah, right now we're still, we're still focusing on like, things like Uber and Airbnb. Swipewrap is another one of those things, right? It's just an easy way to send a gift right now. That's what people like today.
Yeah, and that's a multi-million-dollar industry. So, you are in a really good niche, and I hope that a lot of our audience get to use your service, because it's gonna help them, keep building new relation. I mean, all the new relationships, nurturing old relationships. I'm sorry. So check it out, guys. Give it a try, and if you have any questions, Tom is available. His email and phone number is in the last slide of this presentation, or the previous slide before the last one. And I think we got a business owner right here. I'll connect you guys, because Gil Morillo, he says he's interested in your platform. So I'm gonna connect you guys so you can talk.
Great.
And you can introduce you to your platform and stuff. So thank you so much, Tom, for joining us today and for giving us this presentation, introducing us to Swipewrap. Great product. Congratulations to you and your team. I know how challenging and how complex it is to develop this type of products, digital products. So congratulations on that, because I know I'm pretty sure that you have had many sleepless nights in the process.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, but it's all worth it. Yeah, and thanks for having me today. I really appreciate being able to talk to you and to everyone here at the Hispanic Chamber of E-commerce.
Yeah, and also I want to congratulate you for investing the time in your education. Just like you said in the beginning, I think it's very important for our community, and for Americans in general, to pursue as a high degree as possible. I was having an exchange of messages with someone on Twitter this week, saying that if you get an MBA or a PhD, it doesn't guarantee you anything, and it's true. But
it is true, yeah.
But it gives you tools and gives you connections, and oftentimes it's gonna gives you a perspective of things that you cannot get if you don't get those degrees, if you don't go through that process. And I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be more of an asset than a liability. So if you have the possibility of earning a higher degree of education, just do it. I mean, you can see right here a very talented young entrepreneur who is making things possible, very eloquent when he speaks, very smart. So take this guy right here as an example.
Yeah. I will. I do agree that, getting higher education, it's not a guarantee, right? But, even being like, one thing I learned in business school is that, nothing is a guarantee. There's actually
not even life is a guarantee,
Yeah.
Especially now with
true.
COVID, we have so many healthy people, like, unfortunately dying out of this pandemic. So, we can take things for granted, but anytime that we have the opportunity to add value to our personal development, we should just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and when you do, if you pursue, at least not for undergrad, but for a lot of graduate school, one thing I didn't know until I did graduate school is that you don't pay for graduate school because you can be a TA, or you can be a teaching assistant or a research assistant. So all those like students actually teach courses in labs and stuff, and that actually pays your tuition. So if you have an undergrad degree and you do, like, you feel that you should go to grad school for whatever reason, you can always work as a researcher, and that not only is that like pay for college, but that also gives you like actual work experience, and you get paid for it. It's it's not as much as if you went straight to industry. But then it adds value to, like you said, like you have now an advanced degree. So
no, for sure. So congratulations again, Tom, on all your successes, and I'm sure it won't be the last time that we have you here on the show. And your listing is going to be sometime ready later on our marketplace for all those business owners who want to get in touch with Tom. It's going to be very easy to find him. So thank you again, Tom. I don't want to take much of your more of your valuable time. So thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys. And remember, share this presentation with any business owner that you think that may benefit from this. Sharing is love and sharing is power. So thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Happy Friday. And enjoy. Take care. Bye, Tom.